Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this video, we will discuss what we know so far regarding the second stimulus check, the second stimulus package, the HEALS Act, and the extended unemployment benefits. I have gone through all the current news and information available to us, and these are the most relevant and the most important ones that I have found. Before we get any further, I think I do have some good news to share with you guys on today's video. So I think you guys would like what I have to share with you guys in this video. But before we get started, just a friendly reminder, this is not a political channel. My channel is all about personal finance and investing. So I request, despite whichever party you support, whether it's Democrat or Republican, all I ask is that we keep it respectful towards each other in the comments section below. With that being said, let's dive right into it. So our first article is from CNBC. Is your state offering the $300 weekly unemployment boost? This map will show you. States are starting to take action around an extra $300 weekly unemployment benefit being offered by the federal government. But as is the case with most aspects of the nation's unemployment system, details will vary by state. Kentucky and Montana, for example, are giving $400 instead of the prevailing $300. Some states expect weeks to go by before the workers receive the assistance, while Arizona started paying it last week. The speed with which the payments arrive will partly depend on when or if the states apply with the federal government to offer the lost wages assistance. Then their application must be approved. The more than 28 million people collecting unemployment benefits are likely wondering, what is my state's status? And here's a map of where things stand. So guys, this is a good map. Let's take a look at it. I have put it here. So if you guys want, you can pause this video or take a screenshot for your reference. So this is where it shows exactly where we stand in terms of the states providing the extra unemployment benefit. So the states must apply with the federal government to offer the extra $300 or $400, but this is where we are. So you see all the yellow states, they are the ones that have applied. Most of the states, which are green, have already been approved. So you see most of the states in the Northeast, most of the states in the South, and some in the West. So most of them have been approved, so that is great. Only a few states out there plans to apply, which is Ohio, Virginia, and Delaware and Maine over here. So not too many that remain that plans to apply. There are quite a few of them where no action has been taken yet. So these are the gray ones. So I don't know if you are from those states. If you are, just let me know in the comments section below. And the red one is the one that is not applying, which is South Dakota. So once again, guys, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this map so you have it for your reference. So moving back to the article, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or better known as FEMA, which is overseeing program funding, has approved 26 states to offer the extra unemployment benefit as of around 10:30 a.m. Monday. Those states are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Vermont. Officials in around 10 other states have applied or signaled they plan to apply. South Dakota said it will not apply for the subsidy, and states approved for the aid are guaranteed just 3 weeks of funding with payments backdated to the week ended in August 1st. However, they may get more aid depending on how many states apply and how quickly the money is drawn down. Not all unemployed workers are eligible for payments. Those currently getting less than $100 a week in unemployment benefits won't receive this assistance. amounting to thousands of people and perhaps more than 1 million people. So guys, this is key. If you are currently receiving less than $100 a week in unemployment benefits per week, then you won't get the extra payment from the government. So you won't get the extra or the extended unemployment benefit. So just something, it's a key point to keep in mind. So guys, that is it for this article. Before I move on to the next news article, I just want to mention that I try not to cover information I have already covered in a past stimulus check update. So if you have time, I highly recommend checking out the second stimulus check playlist that I've made for you. I will link that in the iCard here. So the next one is from foxbusiness.com. Americans in these 3 states will get full $400 unemployment boost. While President Trump promised to partially restore $400 a week in federal unemployment aid after a bigger benefit expired, only some Americans will receive the full benefit. Unlike the previous $600 a week supplement, which was fully federally funded, the executive action that Trump signed on Saturday depends on states being able to fund 25% or $100 of the aid. Under guidance released last week, the Labor Department suggested that rather than adding $100 a week on top of what they already pay in weekly benefits, states could count their existing payments towards the 25% share. Essentially, workers would receive a $300 boost rather than the intended $400. So far, only 3 states, Montana, West Virginia, and Kentucky, have indicated they'll chip in the additional $100 for jobless aid. Montana became the 8th state to be approved for the sweetened jobless benefits. With the additional funding, Montana's weekly unemployment payments will range from about $560 to $950. West Virginia also plans to contribute $100, giving workers the full $400 of unemployment benefit. West Virginia is going to pay it, Governor Jim Justice, a Republican, said. We're going to pay it, and very willingly we're going to pay it. Kentucky also signaled that it will give laid-off Americans in the state $400 in supplemental benefits. Governor Andrew Beshear, a Democrat, said it would cost the state about $8 million per week to give the extra $100, but called it critically important. While there is still some uncertainty in this new program, it's just too important to get these dollars out to families, Beshear told reporters this week. Governors of cash-poor states have warned they will likely cannot afford to fund the sweetened jobless aid. California Governor Gavin Newsom, a Democrat, said this week there's no money sitting in the piggy bank for the state to pay an extra $100 in unemployment assistance. It simply does not exist. Ohio already said it would distribute the $300 a week without adding the extra $100. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, a Democrat, told reporters on Monday that it would cost the state about $4 billion between now and December to pay the 25% of unemployment insurance, saying the proposal from Trump only makes the bad situation worse. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican, also pushed back, saying it was not an option for the state to fund the extra $100 using money previously allocated in the CARES Act, because that money has already been earmarked for spending. We are looking to see what that would entail. He told the Miami Herald, I think if we can do the Department of Labor's enhanced benefits through the loan, we would want to do it to give people some more relief. Budget shortfalls in state and local government are projected to total more than $500 billion in just 1 year, the Center of Policy and Budget Priorities reported. The extra $600 a week that ended in July was part of the $2.2 trillion aid package that Congress passed in March. About 2/3 of workers on unemployment received more government aid than what they earned in their old job, according to a paper written by economists at the University of Chicago's Becker-Friedman Institute. The average state unemployment benefit is about $330 per week. With the federal supplement, Americans can expect to receive about $630 in weekly unemployment benefits. Trump allocated $44 billion to cover the additional 300 weekly benefit using money from the Disaster Relief Fund, the government's primary source of funding. The sweetened benefits will last until money in the fund runs out or through December 6th, according to the executive memo. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget estimates the money will last for about 5 weeks. Only individuals who are receiving at least $100 in unemployment assistance through regular state programs or other aid initiatives like a shared work program are eligible for the boosted benefits, according to the memo. Benefits are calculated based in part on a worker's former income, which could mean that some of the country's lowest earners are excluded. The Labor Department's July job report released last Friday showed that employers added 1.8 million jobs in July, sending the unemployment rate down to 10.2%. While it marked the third consecutive month of growth in millions, the economy has so far added back less than half of the 22 million jobs lost during the pandemic. So guys, obviously a lot of information, and each state is different depending on where they are in the approval process or the application process. Let me know in the comments below which state you're from and if you have started receiving the extended unemployment benefits. I think it will really help out the community. It will help out people in your state to know exactly where things stand. So as I always do, I'll link all the articles in the description of this video if you want to read these articles or do some more research yourself. And if you guys like to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. It lets me know that you guys find videos like this useful, helpful, or at the very least interesting. And finally, if you think someone will find this video useful, feel free to share it with them. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is from the Texas Tribune. Jobless Texans still don't know if they will receive extra unemployment benefits. It's been 11 days since President Donald Trump issued an executive order that he said would add $400 to people's unemployment checks to help them weather the coronavirus pandemic. But jobless Texans expecting the weekly benefit still don't know if they will receive the money. Confusion over the payments has persisted as the state and the federal government have not said when or whether those funds will be available in Texas. Trump announced the extra money in early August, but questions remain over whether his executive order authorizing it was legal and whether states will be able to afford or implement it. In the ensuing days, the state agency in charge of unemployment relief, the Texas Workforce Commission, has not had answers for the unemployed Texans seeking the benefits. The agency is waiting on further guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor and will provide additional information as soon as possible. In the first week of August, 51,476 Texans filed applications for unemployment relief. In total, 3.2 million Texans have filed for jobless assistance since the pandemic began. Congress passed a broad coronavirus relief package in March that added $600 to people's weekly unemployment checks. Since then, the pandemic has gotten worse, with more than 10,000 Texans dead as a result of COVID-19. Governor Greg Abbott again closed bars in the state in June, and many businesses remain closed or have significantly curtailed operations. Still, the extra payments expired in late July, and the president and both parties in Congress have been unable to come up with a deal to reauthorize them. Anissa Dwiggins, a single mother from the Woodlands who has worked at an extracurricular program for Houston area children since '98, relied on those $600 payments to support herself and her 2 children. The weekly assistance helped her pay for her mortgage and car payments, but now that it has expired, she has had to dip into her savings. Everything kind of just came to a halt, Dwiggins told the Texas Tribune. Dwiggins had questions about the gridlock in Washington over the jobless payments, echoing some of the bipartisan questions coming from governors across the country. It's that waiting game that's been the most frustrating thing through all of this. whether it's the business or my own finances. Like, is the executive order really going to happen? Congress took a break. Are they coming back? Are they going to make a decision? Can Texas put that other $100 in there? So all of those things I feel like are still kind of scattered in the wind right now. When the dust settles, I'll be able to really sit down and say, okay, this is how much I'm getting, and this is how long I can sustain putting food on the table. When Trump issued his executive order for the $400 on August 8, he said he would only become available if states administer the funds and provide the $100 of the amount. But governors across the country have warned that they don't have the capacity to administer the program. The projections indicate that Texas already faces an enormous looming budget shortfall, raising questions about whether the state could afford to chip in. The Trump administration later acknowledged that states might not have to provide the $100, which would mean the extra benefits and the unemployed Texans would receive would drop to $300 a week. Larry Stewart, an employment lawyer in Houston, said he was unsure how the state could come up with the extra money for the massive number of jobless Texans seeking relief, and it's unclear how it's being administered. FEMA has already approved 11 states, not including Texas, to provide the $300 per week to people unemployed due to the coronavirus. Guys, please disregard this piece of this article because, as we've seen in the previous article in the map, Texas have already been approved. The Democratic U.S. House has passed a bill that would authorize more $600 weekly payments funded by the federal government as part of a huge and sweeping $3.4 trillion package. But Republicans in the Senate have pushed for a narrower proposal and have accused Democrats of holding extra payments hostage in negotiations. I'm hoping with the decision that was made with the executive order, and I'm unsure if it went through, but I'm hoping that it does, and I'm hoping that $300 to $400 is there. I'm relying on it. I think it's going to be absolutely helpful. If that amount isn't there, then I'll be way more affected. I'm fortunate enough that I have a small amount of savings that I can supplement a little bit, but it's that I feel like I'm just teetering in the brink right now. So this is a sad story of Miss Diggins right here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this, and let me know your thoughts on the articles that we went over in today's video. So these are all the latest news and the latest information we have. As more information comes to light, I will keep you guys updated. So if you want to remain updated on all the stimulus check and the stimulus package developments, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel so you always know when these videos come out. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you guys found this video helpful. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.